I'm Asif Mian, and I'm a director and designer.
I'm Christopher Lane, and I'm a photographer.
My name is Jeremy Floto, and I'm a photographer.
My name is Cassandra Warner, and I'm a photographer.
Hi, I'm Justin Genak. I like to make cool stuff.
People sort of take for granted that it takes thought and an eye to take these photos. Well, we're photographers that are well known for architecture photography. The way that we see and sort of the vision that we're trying to bring to things has to do with presenting some sort of big picture that's sort of cold and removed. A big part of our aesthetic is sort of clean and bright and hard. One of our most recent shoots was a cover try for Portfolio magazine.
They last minute decided that we needed to shoot this Chrysler factory.
The inspirational photos that we had been seeing from them all involved Japanese car facilities, which are very clean and very white and very much our aesthetic.
And then when we got to Detroit, it was
Detroit was just
old
grimy and old.
antiquated.
Yeah.
We shot for 2 days.
And there was one that I was particularly transfixed on. I said, this is the cover shot. It was the first shot that we took.
It was the first shot we took.
We spent at least an hour and a half on it. A lot of what you see in our work is not reality necessarily. It's not how the film sees color or light. It's what we do to it afterward. Photoshop actually plays a big part in what we do. There's always 20 different sources of light that all look very different from each other, green, yellow, blue. So we try to make it look as clean as possible.
When we walk into a space, we sort of see the same shots, and then we just work towards creating that vision.
We would be sharing the same camera, so each of us would go after a picture that we wanted, and oftentimes we would be going after the same thing.
In the end, we know that neither one of us has authorship of the photo.
It's about what we think about what we're photographing, just as much as it is about the object that we're photographing.
I definitely don't think I've taken this like straight approach to what I'm doing now or what I've done in the past. Like, I didn't study design, I didn't study film, I didn't do those things. But what I did was just got really excited about making something new, a new idea. The Rocking Horse is made from a BMW exhaust system. I saw this car drive by and the muffler seemed like a horse's tail to me. It's all made out of mufflers and pipes, and so it's all contained in that one idea of horsepower. I find that sculptural thing happening in my films too. I try and have the sculptural image that carries the story. The A$AP Rock video was for his song Fast Cars. This is actually my first video I directed. I had done his lyric book. I had designed that and art directed it and did all this illustration stuff. Off of that, I was like, I had this idea. Photocopying video into a book, and each page is a frame. My approach to things is usually taking like everyday, our own reality and twisting it a bit. Sometimes it comes out a bit comedic, sometimes it's more visual. But I always want to try and push it, do something new.
I was actually in Savannah, Georgia. I went to school there for 7 years. And down south, I was very shocked on the divide of the culture. I just started photographing it through interest. I did a study on people. It was called North-South Divide, and I photographed different aspects of society. I usually find certain characters that kind of stand out to me.
Well, it's interesting. I think the one which kind of sticks out is the lady in the park, and it was such a peaceful moment. She just looked like she was daydreaming, so it was very much of a kind of southern picture as well.
I have this extra kind of power when you have a camera with you, because you kind of feel more sociable and more outgoing to engage most out of the subject. I try to use the flash as kind of the kind of sculpting light to kind of freeze people in their situation. I want to show a different side of how people live. Sometimes it is absurd.
One of the most influential quotes on me was Andy Warhol's "Art is what you can get away with," which kind of seems to sum up most of what I do pretty well. I had a summer internship as a production assistant at MTV, and we were having a discussion about the importance of package design, and someone dared say that they thought package design wasn't important, which I thought was ridiculous. So I figured the only way to prove them wrong would be to try to package something that absolutely nobody in their right mind would ever want to buy. So I kind of thought about it for a few minutes and staring down at the Times Square, and I'm like, oh, garbage, obviously. Here in this cube we have a plastic, I think, soda lid, either from a soda or an iced coffee. It's still got the straw in it. We got a cap from a bottle of Coke. But I put a lot of time to make sure each one looks cool, because I don't want someone to spend $50 on garbage and feel like they got ripped off. When they were originally $10, people kind of saw them as a kitschy novelty souvenir. But now that they're $50, people kind of give them a little more respect as art, and they get into the art conversation suddenly just because of price. So I think that's kind of interesting, just perception of value. The want paintings, we're painting things that we want and then selling the paintings for the price of the real item. So, for example, we paint buffalo wings because we want buffalo wings, and we sell those for $12.70, which is how much they are at the restaurant down the corner. We also did a stack of money, and it was called Financial Security, and it's $1 million. If we're painting something that's only $3, we have to sell it for $3. If we're going to lose money on it, that's fine, but we want to stay true to that idea. We wanted to make it very accessible and very pop. I don't know if I consider myself an artist. You know, the fact that someone's even willing to have that debate, that's good enough for me right now, so.
How stuff looks, the style and design and the colors and all that, I think I've just been always had that, so it's there. The ideas are what is new and fresh to me.
I think the most important thing is just to keep photographing. If you want to do your art form, it's to keep doing it as much as possible, and then it will come through, I believe.
I get to shoot amazing assignments, and I get to travel with the person that I love, and it's just, you always have to wonder, is this real?
I'm just at the start of my career. You know, this is just a foundation for things to come. As someone who's creative, you're always trying to push for better and for more, and to have that next level of success and fun.